You know, they like to hang the fu upside down.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's quite interesting how that story came about. So,
Can I guess? When you going in there, you see it, then like, or like you get an ang pao, then you go, oof.
boy, this year so tall already 这是你的天天番茄酱。
天天番茄酱。
噔噔噔噔噔噔噔。
Boom.
Hi everyone, welcome to our Chinese New Year episode. 恭喜發財！
恭喜恭喜！
How come his hand different from everyone? If you're enjoying the daily Ketchup podcast, like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Let me show you the trick of the day, guys. Last time I promised you, right? Okay, come. You can do. Then you switch. Switch. Okay, join us. Join the gang. Join the Ketchup gang. So
I bring
we
for
have a
good
special
news.
guest today because John has COVID. Boo.
Boo.
Stay at home. So Nat is here to replace him.
Hi everyone.
For those of you who don't know Nat, you might have seen her in another video previously. Incest.
And also other emoji videos.
Yes.
And it's the first official couple that we have on the show.
Woo!
Yeah.
No lah, Pat came on the
John
show.
and Pat.
Hey. Yeah. And moving on.
Moving on to couples and reunions and families. So I recently came across this article. I mean, because we know that this year is COVID, right? And the restrictions, they mentioned that they're not going to change. So I came across this article talking about how Gen Y, which is millennials if I'm not wrong, said
Us,
that
but not you.
for the first time I enjoyed CNY. Can we have muted celebrations every year? So she actually goes and talk about how she doesn't like those huge family gatherings, but she has a very special reason. It's because her parents are actually divorced and both remarried. Then on 2E, right, the first day of Chinese New Year, she's visiting like 7-8 houses, which is crazy. I mean, as someone who visits 2 houses, I completely cannot relate to that lah.
Wait, 7 to 8 houses got enough time, meh?
Like 1 hour have to go, 1 hour have to go.
Then you do what? Like, what does she do there? Like, you go there for 1 hour. What?
Yeah.
She actually said, actually it's quite sad because it's to the point where they're visiting so many extended members of the family that is like between every car ride, right? They have to figure out, remind me who is this next person that we are visiting. Because they forget, because there are so many people and you're not close to them at all.
Then is there even a point?
Exactly. So she goes there and then after you first 恭喜 already, then everyone just ends up sitting at the kids who is up to like maybe 30 years old can all sit in one place and use their phone.
It sounds to me that there are two things going on here. One is maybe she's using this as an excuse because she doesn't really want or care for this and she just wants an out, right? The other is that if she really wanted to continue family and all that, right, then it's just a matter of planning it out. Like you can visit all of them over a longer period of time. That's why they give us more holiday, right?
Oh, it's like Hari Raya, like you got like one whole month.
Yeah.
I guess like because now my family has depleted. That's such a weird way to say that. You know, like because like my older relatives are like slowly passing away, and then there's like, wow, that sounds really distasteful.
Really gloomy.
I have lost a lot of older relatives. That it gotten to a point where my family don't really go and visit anymore.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So then I really miss going out to visit like all my families. I think, wow, long story. You want story time.
Story time.
So like in Malaysia, right, it's actually a little bit different from Singapore, I guess, unless your family is also from Malaysia or like different countries.
Nope.
So like usually in Singapore, your Chinese New Year is like here, right? Then you visit is like all within 20-30 minutes away from each other. But in like Malaysia, because I was from KL, so like my family is from Penang, we all go back to Penang. Because my grandparents were there, all my grand uncles, my grand aunties, my mom's siblings will all bring their families, and then we all come back to like my grandparents' house, and then we all squeeze in, and then we all stay there for like 1 week, you know. So like on first day, right, what we'll do is that we all squeeze in into like 3 cars, and then we'll go visiting, like we'll go to like 5-6 different houses for the morning until afternoon. The afternoon we go home because it's our turn to host people.
Right.
And it's like a system. All the families all know that this is the timing again.
After you share a story, right, I suddenly remember that when I was a child, right, I used to go to Malaysia also.
Oh.
So like my grandparents were from Malaysia. It's so interesting. It's like a road trip for your family. It's a unique experience. Like you hate the drive, but at the same time, now when you think back, right, it's so memorable.
Yeah.
You know, then you drive along these long, like tiny roads, no rule for like hours on end. Then you finally get there. Then it's firecrackers. It's people that you don't know who are like just super warm to you. Then you meet some old dude, as in my great grandfather, which is like quite sick lah.
Wait,
Wait, he was sick.
No, no, it's damn sick to see that whole experience. Then I was like, they own like a shop house. Then they will let you take anything you want. So you take, you get a wallet, you get, you want jeans, jeans. You want comics, go and take.
Because you are the Singapore family that come back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, so you take for free?
Yeah. Huh?
You take for free,
Yeah, because they own the shop, what?
Oh.
So I just grabbed, I think. Yeah, quite fun, eh? But then once like my great grandfather passed away, then we just stopped going already.
Yeah, lor.
Yeah, but fun, eh?
The road trips are really fun. I remember being a small kid, right? Then like because I always, for some reason, always need to pee, right? To the point where my mom would just pack empty bottles, so that I would just pee in the car. There was one time, right, where the bottle she packed, right, was way too small, right? Until it was about to overflow, right? And then just nice, right? The foam just hit the tip. Damn shock. And then we all just look at each other, right? And then we all just celebrate, like, yes!
Then you shake
It's just nice.
Then you celebrate. Oh my god.
I think for myself, I can relate to Dan. Like,
Hey, don't simply copy my answer.
no, so back then, like, cause okay, so my dad, he's Chinese and my mom is Indian. So technically, Chinese New Year I only celebrate one side. We used to head over to my grandparents' house to celebrate Chinese New Year. Like my aunt, uncle, everyone would just go down there. But I think after my grandmother died, then we stopped. We literally just stopped going over. But I think because like back then my grandma was the one who brought everyone together. Yeah, and I think like back to Denise's like story also, like I think for me personally, I feel like I prefer a smaller Chinese New Year celebration. So these days it's really just me, my sisters, and my parents.
So then is your mom like involved in Chinese? Like, does she like Chinese New Year?
I think they like when my parents married, they made it like a thing, you know, to like be at each other's like celebration. Yeah, so I think when we still used to like visit my grandparents like house for Chinese New Year, my mom will also go over. I mean, she has to lah. A bit weird if she doesn't go. Then she'll help my grandma with like the behind the kitchen and all cooking and stuff. And also because I think it comes from a point where my dad is the eldest. So there's that kind of like seniority where she has to play also, because like she's the oldest like sister-in-law. Yeah lor.
Is celebrating Deepavali for you like very different from celebrating Chinese New Year?
I think just in terms of like the it's really the mood that you get from that festivity. The vibe.
No,
really
yeah,
the
so
vibe.
like for your mom's side, the
it's
mood
very
is
warm.
and then the dad side is
It feels like it's too big that I cannot pick on the kind of vibe that I want really.
Okay,
Yeah, because
okay.
it's too open-ended.
it's like a big party lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you just don't know who to really talk to.
And then for your mom's side, it's a bit more intimate.
Yeah, it's really more
Okay.
intimate. Yeah.
Personal family aside, right? Like practices wise, right? Are there any like major differences between the two?
No oranges.
Could give anything, no?
Oh no, as in not that I bring any stuff.
Or no
over.
ang pao
As in ang pao to my grandma. So I give ang pao to my grandma.
You give
for
ang pao?
Deepavali?
A couple of years ago lah. Yeah. So Chinese New Year, then I give ang pao to my parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you all give?
No,
Ang pao to your
why are
parents?
you giving your parents? I don't understand.
So
No,
because
not married ma.
No, but I think to me like I don't give my parents allowance.
Uh-huh.
So this is me making up for that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
like give the
So
monthly
you one shot you give 12 months
bonus.
They looking forward.
So bad.
Now you know who to rock, right?
Wait, what?
No, but it's really damn awkward. Like the first time I gave my parents ang pao, cause like I thought it was just a norm. Like I spoke to all my colleagues, and then they all say, yeah, we give ang pao to your parents. It's just one thing something that they do ever since they started working. I was like, huh? This is damn paiseh, but I can give in ringgit, so it's damn shock. Then
Annoying, this guy.
it's damn awkward because
annoying,
Time to move
I was
to
damn nervous
Malaysia.
because what happens is that I will wake up like first day, and then that's when everyone starts giving ang pao. Whoever lives in the household, we start giving everybody. Then I just hiding in my pocket. And I'm like, this is damn strange. Like, how do I like? Do I give you? I give first, or you give me first, or then I take first. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then like, oh, it was damn awkward to like my dad.
Then they never say the Chengyu, do you? They never say the well wishes, do you?
we never. We never say all these
You know
things.
Chinese New Year first day, right? Like in the morning, right before we go out of the house, my mom, like after they get ready already, my mom and dad will just sit on the sofa outside, and after that, me and my brother will just come out, and then like, oh, they're just sitting there. Then we know that
Just
oh,
waiting.
They're waiting.
Yeah, waiting. Means we are supposed to go and buy nian, like supposed to go and like say the nice words, and then they will give the ang pao.
Wow.
Then if you forget, You just walk past, go out.
Cannot be.
You recycle every year.
Yeah, they do it every year.
But you can just say one of the low hey words lah, right? You can just say
Yeah.
Nian Nian Yong Yi and then
Must say better than that. My mother Chinese teacher.
Okay. Sorry. For everybody, okay. For the audience,
Well, you
can teach
asking
one.
me to
Yeah, can teach one forward.
Okay.
That's not 年年有余.
Okay, 青春永驻.
Okay, never mind. Thanks for watching.
hey, no, but yeah, at least there's a giveaway. There's a takeaway for like
What
this
is it?
episode.
青春永驻.
青春永
住
驻，青葱永，哇，青春永
青春永
驻，青春永驻，
青春.
青春永驻，
永驻
It means you forever young.
Ah, that one good man.
Forever beauty, forever young.
One more tradition. Do y'all stay up on the eve of
Oh,
20th?
yeah.
守岁. Yes.
Yes.
So there's this
Please,
for
yes.
those who don't know, right? There's this legend or superstition that if you stay up on the night of Chinese New Year Eve, then your parents will live longer.
Oh, my parents gonna live forever, yeah. Every night, no rest,
No, only on Chinese
no
New Year
sleep.
Eve.
Some people
Eh,
purposely
only,
try.
No, yeah. So like in my family, it's always because they have to mop floor and everything before first day, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
11:30 is like, hey, faster. Let's like faster clean up everything. The girls will all go wash hair. Because you cannot wash hair first day.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they will go and whack all the hair, everything. While the guys still play mahjong.
No, it's a rush because you're coming home from reunion dinner.
Right,
So
right,
then
right.
everyone, you only have the 30-minute window.
Yeah. Correct.
Sounds like the end of your in BM. Oh, actually, nobody can relate BM. Yeah, never mind lah.
Do y'all like, okay, when y'all go visit houses, right, is it usually that house will cook or is it like catering or what?
I haven't visited in a long time. I
Wait, your whole family doesn't visit?
No, so like I've been brought up in like, okay, besides the Malaysia trips and all that, right? Like when I was younger and I cannot decide for myself. Basically, they cannot leave me alone at home, right? Then they have to bring me, right? They bring me. But once I was old enough to kind of like make my own choices, they kind of just said like, if you want to go and don't want to go, it's optional.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I guess when I was younger, it's like, awkward also ma. I go this type of thing. I don't know who you are. You don't know who am I. Then we have to like pretend for
Hey,
a
but
few
who don't know who you
hours.
are?
Hey.
I mean, don't see no, yeah. So annoying, yeah. No, so then that whole cycle happened, and then I guess like over time, I don't need to know these people already. I don't need to see these people. I don't hang out with you anytime outside of the year, besides Chinese New Year. And then I just like drifted away from family lor. And then it affected like even the inner circle of the family also. So like with my direct family members also, like used to be like every Sunday or you must go to this out of the families for dinner or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then after a while also that one became optional to me, kind of. Then I just completely stopped going already. So now I don't even like talk to my cousins or that kind of thing.
No, so then would you, as in, is it bad to be given that choice in a sense?
I was thinking about it, right? I think initially it's like, wow, I got the freedom. But later on, I think it made me realize that some aspects of tradition are important, even though it feels like regimentation at first, right? But it helps to kind of like instill, like, just keep certain bonds alive.
Yeah.
And then it makes you feel like, when I think back about it now, right, every time I went back there, even though these people don't know me at all, right, but they are still just as warm and just as like caring in a sense, just for that moment. And I think you feel like a love and family out there, lor. Yeah, even for that. Because I don't know what is it, ma, right?
No, so if you were to bump into your cousins now, would you recognize them?
I like that. No, I can
Wait, what?
just drive by. If I bump into my cousins now,
Would you be able to recognize them?
the immediate family, yes. But like some of my other relatives, I like totally don't know one.
Do you
Yeah.
follow like your cousins on social?
They follow him lah. So
No. I think some only, but also never really keep in touch. Right?
Cause I like I've second cousins. So like my mom's cousins' kids, who like we only meet once a year, which is during Chinese New Year, and then we stopped meeting like maybe 10 years ago. Cause like that's
Wow.
when we stopped doing it, right? And like I vaguely remember who they are, but we've never spoken. Even when they come and visit, right, it will be very far apart. Cause it's our parents that are talking, then we'll just be hi. Maybe I serve them drinks or what. Then I think like recently, cause my sister's a doctor, and like
Flex.
they were so they started asking her for like some advice lah, you know, for like some something that happened. Then I think the girl cousin knows my sister because they both probably talked when they were around, right? Then when the cousin's brother, so my other cousin, suddenly met my sister, and then she's like, I know you like who are you Then my sister, we're cousins. Then it's like, oh, okay. Like they just don't recognize us. And I probably wouldn't really recognize. I wouldn't be able to recognize them also.
Do they even care?
Oh, so we started to reconnect. So then I think like this Chinese New Year we're gonna like meet.
Right.
And, like,
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it's going back to Malaysia for Chinese New Year. By the way.
Okay. Another thing, right, is that I think one of the reasons why I also really didn't want to go is because when I young, since young, right, like I damn picky food. I don't really like Chinese food. I don't even eat vegetable right, when I younger.
Oh, you're that kind of kid.
Now you eat vegetable, man.
Chinese New Year is the xiao bai cai. Yeah, that's my current favorite vegetable. Okay, then you go for this, like you go to people's house, they cook for you. Then in front, you have to sit with everybody, kind of,
Yeah.
and then take turns to eat with other people, right? And all the food is there, but the food is all. If you didn't grow up in like a Chinese
You want to say not
culture,
nice,
right?
is it?
No, they don't look like alienish, like
Hey,
like some black thing floating. Got the black hair. Wow, that one scared me a lot.
the black
Black
what?
hair?
The black hair, the black hair.
in a clay pot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. This is damn weird. It's like you see before not?
I see before, but I don't know what it's
It's
called.
like devil's pubes.
Why?
Yeah.
Why eat that one? Right. But then right, is the signature dish.
Oh shit.
So then you go there, everybody they die was good for you one. Then you have to sit there and like you have to try and eat and like
You just gotta suck it up.
Yeah.
Then the hair hanging out here.
Yeah, that's so uncomfortable. Then so you will take a very small portion. And then it's like lunchtime also, right? Everybody going for their lunch. So you never eat breakfast, and in the morning everybody rushing, don't know, trying to dress up for don't know what. Then you go there, you're hungry, but then you cannot eat the thing. Then you cannot eat the food already. Then after that, then all I have is like the Yo's packet drink. Then everybody is talking, right? Then I just stand at the side of the mahjong table. I don't know what to do. I talk to my brother, but then he's too young. Then I cannot talk to him. We just stand there, wait for my parents. Faster! Can we go? Then you have random, like, because like, you're so small that time, right? Then all the giant people just coming up to you. What's my name? Give me the oranges. They're like, what oranges, yo?
You know what's the worst part? It's like I remember being in the exact situation, right, for many years, and then you try to anticipate when the conversation is going to end because you think it's going to go home. And then you go, oh, it's like lull period. Then somebody go and starts talking again, and you go, oh my god, you have to like start over again. But talking about oranges, right? So in my family, we've never ever brought oranges to anybody's house before,
It's
and no
super
one's
weird.
ever brought oranges to our house before. Like it just never happens in my whole extended family.
Shortage in KL.
No, it's just Penang. But it's just never been a culture. I don't know about Jules, but like I don't know if you bring oranges to your. You got Oh shit! So it's just my family. Yeah. So I had no idea it was a thing until I came to Singapore, right? And then like my first Chinese New Year, my friends like invited me over. So I just showed up like hey, I'm here. Then everyone just looked like, hey, dude, where's your?
Yeah.
I'm like, how are we talking about oranges? Like I go to eat oranges, I go to the person's house and eat the oranges. You know, like
I'm also super uncomfortable. Like I learned that because I had to go and visit, like go and gamble at my friend's house, right?
Yeah.
So then you have to bring it. Then I bring that, I don't know who to give. Then what must I say again? Sorry, must use one hand, two hand, need to give back.
Must give two
it's
heads.
damn
Then
strange.
after that, right? So I went to one of my friend's house the first time I think. I give already. Then we okay, done already lah. Gong si fa cai, mister. Then after that we go and like eating, playing or whatever, right? Then suddenly he come to me, then he give me back the orange.
Yeah.
Then
No,
I'm
but it's a
no.
different-
Yeah, I give you. no. Then we down there for like 5 minutes because he speak Chinese, I speak English. I'm fucking confused.
No, wait, but when
Basket.
you were younger, then don't like if you go to your relative's house with your parents, don't you give oranges as well?
No, it's like they settle. Either that or they are guiding you the whole way. So my parents will take my hand, put the orange, go to the
Right.
grandmother, say this, done, right? Then after that you fuck off already, ma. Yeah. Then now you solo, then you stress. Yeah.
It's really damn stressful.
But do you actually know why we give oranges?
I feel like you're gonna tell us.
Ooh, wait.
Okay. You don't get a computer.
Why do
It just means
give
good luck,
orange?
does it? Like it's a symbol of
Is it guessable?
prosperity.
Is the meaning guessable?
I think you don't
Was it a
know.
cum?
That means most people won't know lah.
Come.
Do you all know?
Come to me, luck.
What come?
Come.
It's like what? It's what?
Come.
Cantonese?
Yeah.
Come?
Yeah.
Come.
In dialect.
Come.
No, so because gum actually sounds similar to gold. So then giving oranges
No.
represents giving riches. No, Jing in
Come, Jing. Very different also.
The one is Cantonese, one is
Try again.
Chinese. I don't know what is the
Oh, okay,
what is the
okay.
dialect for
Cool,
it.
cool, cool.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
what's oranges
basically,
in Mandarin? No, in Chinese.
橘子
Come.
Yeah.
Chang?
Cheng is
is
the
normal
different,
orange,
yeah.
yeah.
Mandarin orange is橘子.
You all got ever like desperate, right? You about to visit a family and then go, oh my god, I got no Mandarin orange. Then you go to the supermarket and they only have the round orange.
one?
Yeah, the one you have to slice one. And then you go, "Fuck, can I pull this off or not?" And then you buy it and then, okay, I've done it. I try to squeeze it because you know it's flatter. Then you sit on it and you squeeze it.
Oh my god, I never thought about this.
Yeah.
The oranges are different, oh?
Different.
Yeah. One is peelable, one
Is
slice.
clearly
Like,
nicer than the other.
Which one is?
Man-
So you're not supposed to eat that one, ah?
I mean, both you can
Or
eat,
eat
but
lah.
it's just how whether you slice it or you peel it.
You cannot peel the super round
The
American
normal oranges
one.
that we eat. Yeah.
Interesting. Sunkiss.
Ah,
Yeah.
Sunkiss already.
Okay, understand.
Not sponsored.
The one time that I forgot to bring oranges, then you know, like at their house they will display the oranges, right?
You stole.
So when they were not looking, then I go and take the oranges that I give to them.
Hey, no wonder you're so lucky because you took other people's luck.
No, but I give back to them. I recycle.
No, Then after you give back
then
to
you
you.
then you take back. So net you win.
Okay. So how was your first Chinese New Year together?
No. So before COVID, also, a lot of people go at one time to visit, right? Like all the friends go. So that time I also kena. Then I never bring orange. So what you do is you ask everybody to overload the person with a lot. So they all one shot gigi until they cannot hold it, and they put to the side to take some more. Then you go behind and you take. Then you
Nice.
recycle.
Nice.
You never tell us what is the meaning of the orange.
I did. It means
Gold.
to bring riches because
That's
it
it.
sounds similar to gold. No, Chinese New Year right is so focused around money.
Isn't it?
Like I mean,
Is that all Chinese people think
That's
about?
what like 恭喜发财 means.
Yeah, 恭喜发财 is literally
Happy New Year.
No,
No.
may you get rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
congratulations.
Hope you get rich. It was that Ronnie Cheng joke where he stand up. Like 恭喜发财 doesn't even
stand
mean
up.
Happy New Year. It means hope you get rich.
What?
Yeah.
So we're going around shouting that.
Yeah.
Hope you get rich. Hope you get rich.
Then what is Happy New Year?
新年快乐.
快
乐.
Dude, why you asking me? Why? Coming from me, someone.
Oh shit, I totally forgot that. Then you
Every year got fish.
Prosperity.
You is fish.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's when you put the fish on top.
Yeah.
But it's different yu.
Because yu sounds like prosperity.
So it's not fish lah.
It's
No,
that's in
yu
the
as
writing,
in
it's not the
it's
fish.
extra. I think like 剩余, like you have extra every year.
Okay, I don't care about this. Moving on.
Okay, then you go home.
No, what's your question?
No, I wanted to ask like what was it like bringing each other home for Chinese New Year? Like,
Oh, nice. Okay, I thought bring each other home.
I went to your house.
Do you bring your gums?
Because last year,
Yeah.
because usually I
Yeah.
stupid.
No.
Yeah.
Because usually I always go back to KL. So last year was the first time that I stayed in Singapore for Chinese New Year.
Why you never bring her to Malaysia?
Because I need to stay with my family.
Then COVID. So I went to her house.
That's so
Because if he goes back to Malaysia, then he goes back during the actual day of Chinese
Oh,
New Year.
oh.
So then I cannot be with my parents.
wait, then after you all get married, how?
Yeah.
Choose lor. Rotate lor. Actually,
Rotate.
we've never spoken about this. Let's discuss.
How to
Yeah.
decide?
I
Usually,
think,
what is
like,
there?
'cause, like
yeah.
for my sisters, normally they will do the in-laws first. Then so I.
So
Wow.
guy side first. So sexist.
Okay, then you all do girl side first.
No, so I think right.
Wow, very tough.
Suggestion: we rotate. Even years your side, odd years my side. First.
Yeah, I mean that
So
works.
you won't see
Nice.
your family at all.
No, rotate first.
Rotate.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
so say like her family always has reunion very early in advance.
Yeah.
Like Chinese New Year is Feb 1st, right? We had the reunion January 20th. That's
Oh my
reunion.
god, I have a story about reunion dinner. So my mom, right, usually cooks for reunion dinner.
Nice.
And then after that suddenly got this. No, she's a great cook. Like she legit cooked 10 dishes and the Buddha jump over the wall.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
So then after that suddenly got these 3 years, right, that she stopped cooking. And it's damn sad because it's like you go out for the set meal at the restaurant, right? And then after that you still have to go to McDonald's.
Because Buddha tired of jumping. He need a
Wait, why
break.
do you need to go to McDonald's?
Cause not full. You eat at the hotel, then not hotel, like the restaurants. Then like everybody say all that, you know.
Yeah,
Versus
yeah,
eating
yeah.
at home is the atmosphere is very different also. Then after that you cannot play games.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, games.
Yeah. So then later on, right, my mom finally told us like why she not cooking. Like every year has been asking her, how come this year not cooking? This year not cooking?
Is it because expensive?
No,
because you said something bad to her.
not me. So
Someone said not
my
nice.
okay, her sister-in-law, so my dad's brother's wife. Yeah.
Wow.
And she overheard this it's not even said to her. So she overheard someone because we visit the same houses on 2E ma.
Yeah.
So then she overheard someone asking like, hey, so how was your reunion dinner? The food nice or not? Her sister-in-law said, oh, it's okay lah. Then she angry and then
Oh
she never
my
cooked for the next
God.
3 years. Yeah.
Petty sia your mother.
Yeah.
Wait, so how did she recover from that?
Everyone say please cook. Then she
Right.
yeah. Okay.
she waiting for that. She's saying, why did it take 3 years for you all to say this?
Is it must everybody say please, but she said no. It must be the.
But I feel like isn't Steamboat like the reunion dinner?
Steamboat is the lazy reunion dinner.
I feel like the best because like it can take forever. Then you finish, then you rotate, right?
You go
Then
for
the
round
other
two.
the other half of the family go. Then they finish. Then you come back, yeah. Then
Yeah,
everyone
you
just
realize everybody dipping the same chopsticks into the same.
and it makes the flavor even better because of that.
Indeed.
And then
Soup of love.
and then you keep
Like family love. Okay.
No.
She's back for incest episode.
So John Paul wrote down some cryptic notes in our prep, right? So that we wouldn't find out what this story is. But he forgot what he was what he meant. Yeah, he forgot what he was trying to write about.
No, okay, so the actual words that I wrote here is content, regret, repeat mistakes, but it doesn't replace.
So deep.
Trying to be secretive, then he cannot remember what he's trying to say.
No, so the whole idea was I was trying to wrap my head around this, right? Is it just right now we are at this age and that's why we see Chinese New Year this way? That's why we see these traditions this way. And then
As a chore.
I won't say it's a chore lah, but it's just this is how we perceive it right now. Maybe we don't value so much of that family, even though I don't see you the rest of the year kind of situation.
Yeah.
And we'd rather go and visit our friends, right?
Yeah.
And then later on when we are like 60 or 70, will our perspectives then change to cherishing those familial bonds and those reunions more? My question is it a matter of age or is it a matter of time where back then those values were of more importance and now this is going to be the new tradition, less family, more friends, and we will continue this way until we are old. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm wondering whether it's a matter of age or a matter of generation.
It's a bit of both lah. Because I think, I mean, like you imagine back in the day, like if you were old and like when your kids are of age to go and work, they will probably go and start their own lives. They will have own and that one time that you get to see everybody all together, all your kids and their kids, one shot. And I feel like as you get older, it's also the same lah. I mean, it depends how many kids people are going to have. If they're only going to have one kid, then you don't really feel that. But back in the day, like everyone had like 4 kids, 5 kids, that kind of thing.
Actually, my mom has been saying this, I mean, since I was a lot younger, right? That when I start working or when I move out lah, so every week, right, I need to come back home for dinner once. Which I don't know how practical is it for y'all who like maybe don't live with your parents anymore, right? And like, because I have a friend, right, that actually does that. So every weekend they will go back to the grandma's house to have dinner, and that's a completely foreign concept to me.
Yeah.
Like I really only see my grandma once a year.
Yeah.
So
I think with parents wise, I mean it's different. But I think it also depends on like how close you are with like the person that you're visiting. Cause like I know like some of my friends, they are super close with like their grandparents. So they probably will make it a habit whether they are single or they are married,
right,
to just keep visiting their grandparents. Yeah. So I think, I mean for us, like I would think that it would be natural for us to also visit our parents when we get married or now lah.
For sure lah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think like I definitely want to bring my kids back to see my parents often, especially because like they're in Malaysia lah. So it's definitely something that I would make sure they go back.
Yeah, it's a bit sad though. Like I feel like I've had like, because like I mentioned, I have that freedom of choice to some extent, right? Or my parents don't really want to like impose too much on me. So I think over the last couple of years, right, I realized that there was a very strong disconnect between me and like my grandma, for example, like my mom's side, who's still around. And I don't know, like I feel like she's quite alone most of the time. And loneliness is a very scary thing, right? So I tried to initiate like us going over and having dinner with her and stuff like that. So here and there, I started to realize that I felt a lot of resistance because I was trying to do it through my mom.
Right.
Like I get her to, you arrange with her lah, cause you know you see her every week, but we don't ma. Then like I want to have that relationship with my grandmother also ma. But I felt a lot of resistance.
From who? From your mom?
From my mom.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. And then until today, like I don't really understand why that is the case, but it makes I don't know why it's so weird. I cannot just show up at my grandmother's house by myself and then like, hey, let's hang, you know. Like it feels weird, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And then and it goes the same way with like several of my relatives. Like I do feel that gap now, and then the longer I let it play out, it's just the gap is just going to keep getting wider and wider and wider. And then I don't know how to. Is it a relationship worth? I mean, not say worth salvaging, but how do I salvage a relationship like that? And what can I make of it once I'm able to try?
But have you asked your mom like why you sense some resistance from her?
He's not close enough to
I
his
don't
mom
know
to
what
ask.
is it. I don't know what is it. Yeah, I don't know what is it about her.
Because maybe it's your read, but it could be wrong also.
No way. Like I really try.
Right.
Like, I try to organize. I try to ask around. I try to do this, do that to try to make it work.
Just show up, just really show up and say, hey, let's hang.
Awkward. She speak Teochew. Then I Singapore pie.
You're not Singapore pie.
English pie. Yeah.
But you'd be surprised, maybe she just wants to spend
Maybe
time
she
with
can
you.
speak English.
But even she also has the don't want to impose lah. Don't trouble anybody
Yeah.
lah. You know that kind of
Yeah.
that kind of.
But does your mom have a lot of other siblings?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. But they also, I don't know whether how frequently they also visit
Right.
and all that.
I feel like I have somewhat of a similar experience, but on a very low level, right? So not as extreme. Is that like, I think maybe everyone goes through it, that like when you're growing up, there's this period of time, maybe secondary school or JC that time, right? That you feel like, oh, not cool to talk to these older people. You don't know how to talk to these older people, and then the younger kids are like too young for you to hang out with, so you're in this kind of in between, and then like Chinese New Year just starts feeling very horrible. But then I think in the recent Chinese New Years that I've went to, maybe like the past 2 or 3 years, right? Oddly, I realized I started talking to my relatives a bit more. I'm not sure whether I gained the skill to kind of talk to them, or like I just realized that the stuff that they share are somewhat more interesting. Maybe because I started working and all that. So then I realized, that actually I do kind of enjoy so these people that I can talk to, right? I realized that I enjoy visiting their houses a lot more. Yeah, so I feel like it might just be an issue of like just starting the ball rolling in a sense.
Yeah. Okay, so there was a topic that I've kind of been exploring recently, which is like trying to understand my relationship with my parents, or how a relationship should be with children and parents in general, right?
Was there something that triggered this?
My personal relationship with my parents. So I read somewhere that there's this idea that you really need to learn to accept like everything about people. Like you need to learn to accept the ways in which they are flawed, and you cannot just disregard them or count them off, write them off, right? Because you don't like certain traits about them. And yeah, and I've been trying to figure out how to apply that to like my family and to friends also, and people that I care about. Because for the longest time, and I think today in society, it's so easy. It makes, I don't know why it feels more and more of a norm, but people are just like, if I don't really care about you, I don't like this thing about you, then fuck you, I just write you off. And then I can go and do my own thing already. But it's not it cannot be like that
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to like because you're mentioning about how like recently then you suddenly felt like you can have that conversation, right? But if every year you didn't go back to it, if every year you didn't go back to and meet the same people, and even in the years that suck and you didn't feel like you're connected, right? You might not have continued to meet them later on already.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that people sometimes need to just like work at it, no matter what lah. You just keep working at it, even if it sucks sometimes, right? You just work at it, because these are people that you do love and care about. Yeah.
Good advice, man.
What a realization.
guys. Happy Chinese New Year.
So I was reading up on the origin stories of like certain Chinese New Year customs, right? So one of it is, they like to hang the fu upside down.
Yeah.
So okay, it's quite interesting like how that story came about. So
Can I guess?
but it's a long story, but you can guess.
Is it cause okay, this is damn lame, but when you going in there, you see it, like, or like you get an ang pao, then you go oof. No. Oof.
Please educate us.
Okay, go on.
So it actually starts off quite dramatic. So back in like the Ming Dynasty, right, this character, the Fu, was actually used as a hidden symbol to kill someone. So basically means if I come to your house and I put up this symbol, right, then the assassin will know that I'm supposed to attack this family. So that was actually what it was used as. And then after that, later on, right, there was this empress that kind of took over, and she was like a very nice person. And then so she sent out the message that, okay, this Chinese New Year, every house put up the Fu.
Then everyone die.
No lah, so that everyone they can't possibly kill everyone lah. So it confuses the assassin. So then they don't know who to kill, then they won't kill. So then
They underestimate the assassin. He OT. Never have to lie, no need sleep anyway.
my parents can live longer.
He jump.
No, so then the assassin's house also have the fu dao. Then he killed him.
Maybe he's from out of town lah. Hey, don't destroy my story.
Wow, rabak sia this one. Okay, sorry. Assessing go where?
But apparently there was one of the families, right? They were illiterate. So then they didn't know like how to put the food. So they accidentally put upside down.
Oh.
And then so they kena targeted lah. So they were dragged out like to be executed and all that. Then after that, so the empress again came out to save the day, and then she made up this whole excuse about the actual meaning of you turn it around, right? In Chinese it sounds like Fu, which is luck, right? Fu has arrived. Fu Tao. So they just made it up, and then the family got saved. So that's how people started hanging the Fu upside down.
Sorry, so when you turn it upside down, then the word reads as Fu?
It's Fu Tao. Fu upside down. So upside down in Chinese is Tao, which also sounds like reached, like has arrived.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they didn't die.
Yeah, so they didn't die. But
I
is
thought
it
she
not
gonna
so?
tell everybody to turn upside down the next year. Then they still don't know what is up, right? Oh.
But is it not interesting that like it kind of came out of nowhere? Like the origin of this, right? It's just she made it up.
Right.
She just came out with some.
No, but
she just
same with
bullshit one answer.
Yeah.
And life.
Like everything is also made up,
But the thing is that how does it tie to Chinese New Year?
Fu down. You never listen.
No, this is just some random assassin going around to kill people. So how
who
does
the
it
hell
tie?
is coming from?
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to do it on Chinese New Year. Okay, so speaking of visiting, right? You know, every year people complain about the same thing, which is being asked irritating questions.
Yes.
Such as when you're getting married, are you attached? Are you having a child soon? All these kind of questions. And then so recently there's this whole new TikTok trend of people putting themselves up. My voice transformed.
You're so nervous about it.
Transition.
So angry.
Yeah.
Calm
that
down.
anger.
About people putting themselves up as a boyfriend/girlfriend like candidate.
I saw this as
for
well.
what?
Wow, right? Like on carousel.
Yeah.
On carousel for the longest time. Then recently it's
TikTok.
become a trend on TikTok.
Yeah.
What do you all think about that? Well, I feel like I would not have the guts to put myself up as a date for people to rent. You know what I mean? Firstly,
I feel like maybe because I never kena that badly. Like sometimes I'll have relatives that just say, hey, you got a girlfriend, and then it just ends there. I'll just be like, yes, no, and then finish already. So like to me, like how long does
the conversation die?
yeah, maybe. But like how long does the conversation last until you need to hire a boyfriend or girlfriend, you know?
I think there are some relatives that can get quite extreme.
Like, hey, why you not married yet? Why you
no, so then they start in a sense kind of insulting you.
you
for
how
it.
old already? Then you don't have kids,
Yeah,
that kind
correct.
of
Like how come nobody
love you.
I don't know
Sometimes
whether
they
to
can
say
be
that.
condescending without realizing also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I guess, I mean, okay, like it will take a lot of effort, but realize that it's more of them than like they are trying to overcompensate for themselves, right? That they're trying to put you down. So like maybe they're trying to compare their kid with you and to try and make them feel better that actually, okay, my kid is doing well, look at this person. You know, so it's like their own insecurities rather than
Actually,
your own.
the comparison thing. Do you think Chinese New Year is just kind of a time where all the adults come together and like try to
Flex.
boost up their kids, flex their kids, and then like
It
see
really
whose kids
is.
better?
Like I think for me, I mean tying back to the whole renting like a partner, I think I wouldn't do it because the questions
you
that
wouldn't rent, or you
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't rent
Because
because
she has Dan.
no, because I realized that when I was still visiting my family, like my dad's side of relatives, right? The questions that they asked me are not like whether you have a boyfriend and all. Because I mean, I was still young lah. I was like secondary school. They will ask me like, oh, how much you get for your O level?
Oh,
How tall are you now? It's just like, why does my height even matter?
you're
Yeah, why is height a thing?
Yeah.
My father like to. My son so tall. Look at my boy so tall, so tall. Hey, why is he
What?
tall? Sorry, tall. Yeah, they're like, hey, your kids how tall? Oh, my son this tall. What the fuck? What does it do with anything?
Okay, to be fair, right, like my mom was so obsessed with me. I if you're watching this, I think she was so obsessed with
Your
me
mom obsessed with you.
of
It
me,
says.
of me
No.
being tall, right?
Yeah.
That like she used to buy this like herbal packet thing, right, for me to drink because apparently it will make sure that I became tall. And really, the year after that, I shot up, like from primary 3 to primary 4, right? My height difference, I went from normal average, right, to like I was just in like the group.
That's the sound effect for getting taller very quickly. If anybody needs to check, that's the official sound. Okay, yeah, but
No, but that's crazy. Like
Tall-
they keep asking.
Tall, okay, fine.
then you annoyed or not?
I am damn annoyed, so I go and complain to my mother.
Uh.
Then my mother's like, yeah, just ignore her. Like, cause I also know how my mom feels. Yeah, so it's just like, I mean, at that point of time, I was still so young. Then I just like, oh, okay, lor. So I got this amount for O level. Then she will say like, oh, my daughter got this. I'm just like, whatever, you know. Like, it's super annoying, but it doesn't get you anywhere because it's your daughter's like accomplishment rather than yours, what?
So your mom was aware of this lah.
Yeah.
Then, but was she doing the same to like your cousins or
Other
whatever?
cousins, oh.
So she also do the same thing.
Yeah. So it's just not me. So okay, like, at least you know I'm
So
not
she's
alone.
enabling.
Wait, as in like my mom.
No, was your own mom doing it?
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing that my mother, I mean, aside from results, what she would ask me to compare is after I get ang pao, then I have to secretly go inside one room and then open and then see how much, right? So that I can tell her and then she can pao back the same.
It's really a secret mission kind.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm always damn scared because they always say cannot open until you go home. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, so my tradition at home is that we don't open until Chap Gourmet, like the 15th day.
Oh.
What?
Then we compile like my sister will
Which
open
town in
her
Vietnam was that?
Chap Gourmet is
It's Hokkien, what?
Hokkien.
15 day of Chinese New Year.
Oh,
初15
15 day.
15 day.
You wait 15 days to open the ang bao?
The last day of
Yeah,
Chinese New
on
Year
the last
to
day.
open. Like, I mean, at least in my tradition lah.
Then we
Hey,
used to gamble, all the small notes.
get money from my parents. No, but yeah, like it's so what my parents would do, right, is that it will be for the year later. So like my mom will pack like category 1, category 2, category 3 will be like $5, $10, whatever.
Right.
Then we have to carry around pencil. So like whenever this person give, right, faster write who this person is. Who is it from lah? Then after when
That's
we open,
so
right?
suspicious.
Yeah.
No, just so that we know who is it. Who is it from? You know, like
Actually, will you adopt these strategies? Like from your parents? Because like, you think about it, like I also feel like so many of my friends all don't want to have children, right? But they're all like getting married and all this, right?
Yeah.
Then they're just going to be distributing ang paos like
And not
free.
getting back.
yeah,
How?
that's true actually.
I think for me, if let's say we have kids in the future, right?
Sure, income.
Wait, no.
Wait, are you all planning to?
Yeah.
One kid, just one kid. only.
Just one.
One.
Just one.
Okay.
Wait, if we
If
don't
no
have kids, we
accidents
still need to
happen.
give
Yeah.
ang pao, right? Yeah, I think for me, like, it feels very petty if I have to like see what the person give like my kid and then I give back the same. To me, it's the ease of mind and convenience, right?
And the-
Everyone's just the same.
But
But I think closer family, like more
I should
lah.
indemnify my family, my parents. I think to them is that they don't want to give less than the other person.
Yeah.
So it's to just make sure, okay, she will give more than whatever I receive lah.
Okay, so I should stand up for my mom also. No, as in the close family, she gives quite a bit.
Yeah,
but it's the further away one that she asked me to check.
Right.
I don't know what goes on with my
Oh my god, you know, for years, every time when you're young, you go back, then my mom will just say, come, I keep for you. I don't know where all those money went.
Right.
Put in the bank.
All my money is in the bank.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't have access to this bank account.
Wait, sorry, I'm quite interested. So you all said that you're planning to have a kid, right?
Yeah.
So then when it comes to Chinese New Year and tradition, right? How do you all plan to teach
Carry it.
Yeah.
What are the Chinese New Year traditions?
Wow. Okay,
Lo Hei.
visiting.
No,
Okay,
that's
visiting.
totally random.
Visiting.
Like, you think you will still visit like as extended of a family as you are visiting now?
I think for me, I will follow what my dad does now. So I will just visit my immediate family.
Yeah, but it's different though, because like say our parents, right? Our parents are visiting their one level higher.
Mine don't. Mine just stops at.
But would you
Yeah.
want to though? Would you want to like?
But it's very weird because I haven't seen them for like 10 over years.
Right.
That's
No,
what
but
union is.
But you see, it's slightly different. So like, for example, like with your family, it's your sister's families, right? Would you then bring our kids to go and visit your specific sister's families? And I think it will be
Oh
yes,
yeah.
lah.
I think that one will go beyond my sister. But if
Yeah.
let's say my aunt, my uncle, those I haven't like spoke to in
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
long, then I think maybe no.
Okay.
Unless one day my dad brings me along, then the kid can follow. So and then just introduce them.
Right.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure like my cousins and all, they have kids whom I've also never seen before. Yeah.
For sure lah.
I mean, like back then when I was young, because like my cousins, some of them are like older than me.
Okay.
And I've seen like their kids. But I think like there are those around my age who probably already got married and have like kids.
Right.
I haven't seen them at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be more of like friends. Maybe I might visit like my friends' families.
And bring the kid along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're closer to that because
Do-
like
So then, do you all think there will be a certain age where you all give him or her like you choose yourself, or do you think you will still be you should go, like you push the child to go, even though maybe they don't understand like.
I feel like it's not like forcing them, but it's just a thing lah. Like, okay, it's Chinese New Year, let's all go, you know, that kind of thing. Like, it's a thing that we are gonna do, lor.
Right.
Honestly, I wonder whether like Chinese New Year will just become to be more like visiting friends instead of visiting family.
Yeah.
Like now, as you grow older, like past like the 20-year mark, right? Then you start visiting more friends as well.
Yeah.
Which I personally find more fun in because I'm more closer to them and I know them better, right? It just feels more fun in general.
It's really that.
Okay, everybody, I hope you learned something from this episode.
Happy New Year.
That's very tiring.
Chinese New Year.
That's very tiring to say.
Yeah, Dong Chang.
Tell me, what are your Chinese New Year traditions? Do you like Chinese New Year? And I don't know what other questions I have, but okay, you can tell me about your life. Okay, bye.
Bye. Like and
Zaijian.
subscribe.
Zaijian, Happy New Year. Enjoy your reunion.